Whoa, hi, my name is Kevin Vonesper, and you're on VonPod, or you're watching VonPod. Oh no, my things aren't straightened. I gotta straighten out my... Oh, there we go. That's better, right? If you haven't figured out what this show is, well, you'll figure it out. We're gonna watch some videos from my past and my future, talk about stuff I'm working on, and all while talking to a guest and what they're doing. Let's just bring them straight on. We have Charles and Chelsea.
Ew.
There you are.
All right.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. Hey.
CL2 Productions, which I was gonna ask you about the name, and then I was just like, oh, I totally get it now.
Then you just look at the first letters of our name, I guess.
Yeah. Too many people ask us questions about it. I'm like,
I figured it out. I'm a smart one.
Yes.
So it was like 15 minutes ago that I figured it out, but still, I got there.
Charles D. Lincoln.
Chelsea LeSage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome to the VonPod. Thank you for being on the show.
Hello. Yes.
What the hell did we just watch?
We watched actually the video Tibby X did called Sexy Satan, which was actually, I wouldn't say it was like my acting debut, but it was something, my dad had just died. I had decided I was going to dress like a pirate for a couple days. And Tibby was like, I'm doing a video. You want to be a pirate in it? And I was like, sure. Because Tibby and I, we've known each other since like 2001 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And So I was like, sure, I did it. I had a good time, and I was like, I enjoy this acting thing. I should get paid for this. And thus, my entire entry into the film industry came from that video.
That's amazing. So I launched your career.
Yes, you
Was
did.
that safe to say?
Yeah.
That
You
video
get
held
no
up better than I
royalties.
thought it would.
Thanks, Kevin.
Yes.
Oh, you're welcome.
SpongeBob reference.
Oh,
What?
I'm lost on the SpongeBob references.
It's all right.
Unless it's that one song that the guy from the Dwarves wrote for the show, I don't know it.
That's okay. It's really you're not. No, you're missing a lot. Actually, this is entirely
I
your
don't
fault.
know. Someone's got to strap me down and make me watch SpongeBob the whole thing one
I
day.
volunteer as tribute.
All right. Well, now I
there's
know how I'm
probably-
spending my summer.
I know a couple places you could go to get that done. I'm sure.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. And if you didn't watch our last episode with Goddess Charlotte, go back and watch that. You'll get an idea of what we're talking about.
Yes.
Speaking of, where Tibby's going to be this weekend is DomCon,
Yes.
which I'm feeling the FOMO because I went last year. I just happened to be in town for it and happened to be staying at the hotel it was going to be at anyways.
Totally
And,
not going there to be dominated.
No, I was there to film my documentary. So I was already there, but
Okay.
now
Isn't that the same thing.
they are separate things, yeah.
Okay, fair.
Yes, I
Yeah.
think
I was trying to make a joke. It didn't land.
it was the Dukey documentary, right?
Yes, and we'll definitely talk about that because that's what we're really here to do is promote my own shit.
Here for that.
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling FOMO, but they moved it from August to May, so it was like, how do you move that thing 2 months and expect everyone to be able to go?
It's just that important.
Oh well. How did you two meet? Was it before or after this video?
Way after.
Okay.
About 4 years after. Sorry, 3 years after.
Had you done any film work in those 4 years? What did you do in that time?
Oh, we did a bunch of different stuff apart from each other.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
Like what? Since you were a little kid or
No,
high school?
I started acting in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we did very different things from
Yeah.
where we are now up until when we met. for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, you were in a
Never got
bunch
my
of
life
bands,
going
right?
this way. Yeah, he did music. I did classical music. He did not classical
Yes.
music.
And yet you're not in a band together, you're making films instead?
That's true. Well, we have written like music together,
Right.
but for scores.
Yeah, we
Sure.
did the score for Teresa and Allison together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Teresa and Allison now available on Blu-ray.
Available at anywhere that Blu-ray and DVDs are sold.
Well, should we talk about it since you brought it up?
No.
I was gonna go and see.
About it all.
Great,
No,
I'm
go
just gonna
ahead,
throw that away.
obviously.
Why did I waste my time watching this then? Just kidding.
That's going on the back of the box now.
Yeah, I know you got Kevin Vonesper, real big on the back,
Yes.
of course. Important voices in cinema. There's a lot of flesh and blood in this movie.
Yeah.
But it's to the point where it's normalized, where you like stop noticing it. Is what
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like usually more gory than you notice the gore almost more than the flesh. It's almost like becomes the clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I
So-
love that. It
Right?
almost becomes the clothes. There we
Yes.
go. That's your quote.
Yes.
That's
Yes. I'm gonna be all over the back of this box in
The
in the
blood
in the
almost-
special edition reprint of Teresa and Allison.
It's just going to be it's just going to be an entire transcript of this entire conversation, just covering
Just
the back.
covering the back. No, it's
Yeah.
gonna be on what is that? The fold, like whatever.
Yes.
It's just.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's a lot of blank space here for me.
Yeah, there you go. That's that part. That part was directly for Kevin.
There you go.
Oh.
It'll be a flip cover. So if you want to see me on the front, you just flip it around.
Yes. Yeah. So let's talk about Teresa. and
Yeah.
Allison. We'll go
What is Teresa and Allison? What is it?
It's a vampire.
How did this come
film.
about?
It's a vampire film made by someone who, for a while, I used to be a full-time musician, and I went deaf for a little bit. And at a certain point, when I was trying to reconsider what I should do with my life, that's when I did the video. And I was also talking to one of my father, because my father was in the porn industry for 30 years.
I was gonna maybe mention that later, but
Yeah, we can definitely discuss that.
No, we love Fred. We love Fred.
Yeah.
well, what I was most sorry to cut in, but since you brought it up, what I was most impressed with about his career was he was in The Last House on the Left,
Yes.
Wes Craven's first
Mhm.
movie.
Mm-hmm.
Which was what, the thing he hated the most?
Yep. The only thing he's ever said he's not proud.
Well, your father or Wes Craven?
Yes. Yeah. No, my father.
No,
He
Wes
said,
Craven
Oh.
liked him, right? But it was
"Oh
your
no,
dad.
no, Wes Craven didn't like my dad. My dad is not on the
Really?
poster purposely because he pissed
Oh,
off Wes Craven and
wow.
Sean Cunningham."
We have a story here. I want to hear it.
Well, my dad had a lot of opinions, and he pissed off the producer and the director. So on the poster, it does not list him. However, just to fuck you to my dad, it has Ada Washington as the chicken lady. Barely anyone even remembers the fucking chicken lady scene.
I don't remember the chicken lady.
Yeah, no.
I don't either. I've heard this
Hold
story
on.
before too, but I was like, what?
Yeah, no.
I'm more familiar with his other movies. I watched that once and I was like, okay, I saw that.
Yeah.
Like it's great, but it's like it's a difficult watch.
I saw the remake first, and then I was like, oh, my production partner's dad is the guy who gets his dick bit off. That's fun.
Spoilers.
Wait, did that happen in the original too?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that is something to be proud of.
Did that happen in the remake? I saw the remake once.
I don't-
Probably. It was pretty brutal. I remember
I
that.
don't think it was brutal. It was gory. Like, I could appreciate the original very much, and this is pre-knowing who Fred Lincoln was or who Charles was, and being like, okay, I can understand what they took from the remake. But as far as the dick being bitten off, I feel like that's something I should remember. So I'm not. Maybe it didn't happen, but it was gorier. But that was something.
Well, now I know what's happening in your next movie.
Hey, I feel like he won't do that.
Having a dick get bitten off?
Yeah.
I don't know, really? Of all the things that I've seen you guys do in your films,
No, there's at least one script with a dick getting bitten off. Now that I think about it,
I didn't know if it was,
but it's not a big. No, I mean it grew back. I was born 3 years later. So you know,
we didn't. You know, that's a twist. That's a new twist on a classic tale.
The penises in our family are very resilient. But yeah, no. Yeah, no, there's one penis and gets bitten off and something, but it's not like a big explode. I mean, it's
what
the end of a scene, but
something
it's
that was produced or just a script that you have lying around.
Something we have not started yet.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
all right.
We're it's something that we will talk about probably starting the beginning of next year.
Yeah. Well, if I'm still doing this, you'll have to come back and talk about it.
Yeah, that would be fun. That'd be fun. But yeah, as I was saying, so an old associate of my father.
Should we play the trailer first?
Yeah, let's do that, and then we'll discuss this.
Let's watch a trailer.
That's us.
Yeah.
Much you do not know of this world. Much you have yet to forget.
Do what I tell you!
I will kill everything you ever want.
To do whatever we want.
Available now. This is a gritty ass movie. Oh yeah. So yes, tell me more about Teresa and Allison now that we get a sense of what it looks
I ran
like.
into one of my father's old associates who had a distribution company in New York. We ended up not working with him, but he had said to me, he's like, Charles, why don't you write a lesbian vampire film? Because he was a lot of the old horror guys, because of the internet. I'm sorry, the old porn guys, because of the internet, they're not making any money anymore. So a lot of them are moving into horror. So you know, he was like, you know, you write horror. Why don't you write a lesbian vampire film and we'll fund it for you? And
he had a very specific kink, I see.
I guess, yeah. And I was just kind of like, well, why the fuck would I want to do that? And you know, and then
because he'll fund it for you.
Well, at the time,
that's really a reason enough.
That is a good reason.
At the time, like like vampire movies had become like Twilight and Vampire Diaries and all that sort of shit. And it just was like, why do I want to be associated with that? And then late that night, I started thinking about it. Like, I used to love vampire movies. I used to love Interview with the Vampire, Near Dark, and you know, The Hunger and all those sort of films. And I was like, well, why don't I go and try to reclaim what I used to like about vampire movies? And
gore and nudity.
Yeah, a lot of gore and nudity, and also
changing these bullshit rules about vampire shit.
Yeah, and also
I saw that. You were like, garlic, fuck that shit.
Yeah, because some of those make no sense whatsoever. I'm like, why would they not see themselves in mirrors? That's old, like Romanian
Fairy
super
tale
from 600 years ago. That makes no sense. So I tried to think of it scientifically, and at the time I had written a novel we will get into 21st Century Demon Hunter.
Right.
And there
But it's
are
not
two-
out yet, right? The novel's not out
It's
yet.
out.
We'll-
It's been out,
oh,
yeah,
it is.
it's been out since last year. Yeah.
Okay.
just-
Well, we'll talk about that later. Yeah.
Yeah. I just couldn't, send you a copy through the internet.
Oh yeah.
But,
of course. I wouldn't have
but,
time to read
yeah,
it.
Yeah, it's been out for a year now. But I had written the novel, and there were 2 vampire characters in that, and I kind of established a bunch of rules and stuff. And so I thought, well, why don't I kind of expand upon that world?
So is this the same world?
Yes, all of them.
And did you get the same
Everything
actors?
exists in the same universe.
Yeah.
They call that the CLU.
Yeah,
Ah.
yeah.
Fuck you, Marvel.
Well, I'm not going to say fuck you to Marvel at all. I would say
Just
give
kidding.
me money.
We loved. I
will make
loved
a
the
next
Sam
wave
Raimi
movie,
movie.
Marvel. You want me to make a next wave movie, Marvel. That's what I'm going to say.
Word. That's what we meant, Marvel. Yes, hire us.
Yes. Hell, DC, I will do it. I will do a Section 8 movie if you want to. Everyone needs to see the fucking defenestrator walking around with a window so he can throw people through it. Everyone needs to see that movie.
We found your guy, DC.
Yes. Look at how popular the Suicide Squad and Peacemaker are. You want more weird shit. So hire me.
I love that.
Where am I in all
Because
of
James Gunn rules.
This is rude. Why are you not including me? You said me the whole time. I'm here.
Hey, we're here to witness the breakup of CL Squared Productions.
No, it's okay. He can't
no.
exist without me. He just won't say it.
Aw,
It's love.
look at you two.
I know. So sweet. Aww.
Yes.
So cute. That was really appropriate. I loved it.
Yes.
See, I got them back.
Yes. Oh, there is no danger of us breaking up here. It was just,
If he keeps not including me, maybe. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I mean, but you are totally open to any particular comic characters you want to explore. You can
Right.
go get them.
Yeah, which Marvel or DC property would you want to adapt?
Yeah.
I don't know. All of them. All of them.
That's that's a lot.
Everything. Am I being quizzed on DC characters?
No, because I wouldn't know if you were telling me the truth or not.
I don't know.
Yeah, see, that's the thing, that's why I said me, because I have specific properties that I would like to do. But I think it would be great if you had specific ones that you wanted to do. You could totally do them.
Just
You can think about it.
You know.
No pressure. No pressure.
No pressure ever with this one.
Well, at least we have the world of Teresa and Allison.
Yes.
And so, how did that become? From script to screen.
I had done a short film, and we had an extra. So the
Was that the weird bondage thing?
I guess
Okay.
possibly.
Yeah.
Wait, I didn't see the weird bondage thing. How
There's a
dare
lot of
you?
weird bondage things in my life,
The
so
one that
that's
shows
why I
up in
don't
the
know.
next season.
No.
Okay, copy.
no.
Never mind. Different weird bondage thing.
You better
Yeah.
send me all your weird bondage stuff.
We'd be here for 5 hours.
That's what.
Well, I have time.
Yeah.
I took a nap.
But yeah, as I was saying though, I had done a short film that I had produced it. I wasn't directing anything yet because college made me think I couldn't direct anything. And so we had the director had a friend named Jeremiah who was another director, and he played a corpse.
Jeremiah Kip.
Yes, because he thought being a corpse would be easy, and then he discovered it's actually a lot of work.
Yeah, no, I would hate to be a corpse.
Yeah. But he was like, you have a really, because I had written the script for it, and he's like, you have a really deranged imagination. I want to work with you. And so I had that script, and that's when I was like, hey, what about this? And that's kind of what happened there, where we arranged for me and my girlfriend at the time arranged to pay for it, and I would produce, and I would be one of the characters, and I wrote it,
Right.
and then Jeremiah would direct it.
Now, was your father's friend still part of this?
That guy kind of disappeared because he wasn't going to give us.
So he was the impetus for writing it, but then he wasn't part of the final product.
Yeah,
It's like none of us have ever heard that story before in independent filmmaking.
Right.
Yeah, I had asked him for funding.
Where's the money?
Yeah, we never heard from him after that. So, what ended up happening was we shot the movie. Me and her almost met because she had applied for the role of Allison, but I don't know.
So this
she
came
had written
came
me-
before 21st century?
Yeah, way before.
It did.
Oh, see, I
Yeah,
did this
But it wasn't
chronologically on
finished
purpose.
until after we met.
Yeah. And what had happened was, I don't know. But she wrote me. She wasn't like a no-show because I have a list of no-shows and I'm usually really not good, really not happy with them. But she had, whatever happened, she wasn't able to come to her audition. So we didn't know each other until I had, there was another film that we ended up not doing that we were looking for an Irish vampire character in. It was connected to Teresa and Allison.
Mm-hmm.
And she auditioned for
And
it.
I didn't get it.
Yeah.
But he said that how I put the chair down in my audition reminded him of his protagonist in his novel 21st Century Demon Hunter.
Yes.
Oh.
So I was like, well, I want to read
So
it.
you want a bigger role?
I want to read it. And then I was like, well, have you ever thought about so he hired me to be on the poster for it.
Mhm.
Ah.
And then I was like, have you ever thought about like making a web series out of this?
And
Ta-da.
I said no, but
Bling.
then like that night I wrote 6 scripts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he had
Wow.
6 scripts in my fucking email the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's where I am in the series because I think I just finished number 6.
yeah.
so-
So that's the like tripping episode.
Yes.
Yes. That was
6
my
or 7.
favorite to shoot.
Oh yeah, because it's fun to go. That's the one where you're naked in a box.
Yeah, goblins.
I mean, that's a fun thing to do. It looks. I was like watching it, like they're having fun.
Yeah, that was a crazy episode to shoot because like I would just like send Chelsea the script of all these weird ideas I had. There were about 4 ideas we didn't do in that episode.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I had the idea that I wanted her to briefly be an 8-bit like video game.
Mm.
There was another. What the hell was the other idea? There was something else. I can't remember what it was. And I know the Scooby-Doo thing. We actually, that was supposed to be a cameo with someone, but it's good we didn't use him because he got canceled since. But
right, I forgot about
yeah,
it.
we won't say who he is, but yeah.
And we wound up using 2 of my best friends anyway. So that's
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
good.
And so that was that was fun. We shot a lot of that at like 5 a.m. in Prospect Park, and
Yeah, I bet.
yeah. It was really fun too because Rebecca Lauren, who plays Stephanie, she's all covered in blood and stuff, and that was like outside her old apartment. And I remember when we like did it out in the street, so we wouldn't just get blood everywhere.
Yeah.
And people outside your old apartment were so nice; they were legitimately concerned for her safety.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Do you need me to call 911? She's like, I'm an actress.
Yeah,
Like,
And they
sure
still
you are,
weren't
honey.
concerned.
Sure you are.
Yeah, about-
Bellevue's right there.
About
Yeah.
3 people came up who not even knowing each other. About 3 people came up to see if she was okay.
It's so interesting now because like I think about that every time that now, like even this week I was working on something where like if someone went outside to test the blood spatter and like I was covered in blood outside and nobody gave a shit about me and I was like, where's Becca? Where is Rebecca?
Yeah, one thing I've noticed watching all your stuff is I feel bad for the cleaning crew. Like the
That's
prep, okay, but like goddamn, there's a lot of blood and it looks very gooey and like
He makes his own blood.
Yeah.
I believe that because it definitely looks. It's not like that bright red stuff from the 80s. It's like very.
it's not the Dario
dark
Argento
and-
red paint.
It's literally still on my hands from Monday.
I
from
believe it.
something else.
Jeez,
Well, yeah, that was in my blood. Yeah.
it's
No,
not
it
that
wasn't
guar
someone
blood.
else's blood.
Yeah. It probably didn't taste as good as my blood either.
No, it didn't.
Yeah. Everybody else uses that crappy mint shit. Ours tastes like
No, it
chocolate.
was like the shit that you buy online, and it was like they were like, "Yeah, it'll come out of clothes." Everyone's actual clothes are ruined.
Yeah.
Throw out like a pair of jeans.
Oh man.
Yes.
Yeah. So then we
Speaking
worked
of,
on,
your
Demon Hunter then for like the next 6 months or so.
And then he was like, so my film Teresa and Allison like were in post production, and I came in and helped him finish.
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. And that's when we officially became partners.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes. So
Well-
all a little backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and going backwards, I want to talk about a little bit about what I was thinking when I watched this. First of all, would you? I don't know if I'm making this word up. I'm sure I'm not, but it came to mind. Would you consider this vampsploitation?
Wow. Number one, I'm pretty sure that's probably a thing.
It's
I
got to
mean,
be a thing, right?
Just
I'm not as well versed in my vampire movies as I am with
Yeah.
my Phantom of the Opera movies, so
Yeah. Jess Franco alone, I think, probably cornered the market on vampsploitation. I think it's not only because there's a lot of plot in the film. I mean, the nudity and blood is in there, but it's not the point of the film. There's actually a story being told.
So that's the difference between exploitation.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes,
That's a
because
good distinction.
Something that's exploitation is literally just let's have scenes as an excuse to show
Right.
blood and boobs.
Right.
And we were kind of like,
There needs to be plot.
yeah, there needs to be a reason for the blood and boobs.
Yes.
And the other thing I loved was, even though I couldn't pinpoint quite every location, just having lived in New York for like 15 years until recently, I was just like, this is all so New York. Like everywhere I see looks vaguely familiar, but not exactly, except Duff's. I definitely know Duff's.
Yeah.
And I was like, I know where I am now.
That's awesome.
There was at least one location I'm like, I know I've definitely been there, but I have no idea why, and I have no idea when. So it
a lot of
evokes
people
this
have
kind
said
of
that
like
to
weird
us.
feelings in me.
Yeah. That's I mean, it's great. Yeah, it definitely brings up feelings, and I mean, like when I watch it, I'm like, oh, I've been there. I'm like, bitch, you're producing this.
Right. Yeah, for me, because I lived in Astoria for like 15 years, and so you go wherever you need to go, and it's just like everything looks vaguely familiar, but not quite.
Yeah.
But that's what I love about it.
Yeah, it's kind of, I definitely wanted it to be like a Brooklyn set movie. I wanted it to, really capture a lot of like the famous, like, I mean, the last like half of the film is in Westchester, but otherwise it's meant to be a New York story.
When you said that the location was in Westchester, you weren't kidding.
Yeah. Yeah. And, like that's the thing is like a lot of my stuff tends to be New York stories because, I'm one of the few like native born New Yorkers here. Like I was, Kate says that you must be Wanda.
I just sent her the YouTube link. Hi, honey.
Yeah.
Hi, Kate. Welcome.
But yeah, like I was born in Hell's Kitchen, and New York has always been like a really. I'll be honest here, and if I get shit, whatever. I don't like most of the country, and not the people. The people are wonderful, and I enjoy
New York
them.
or bust with Charles.
Yes, yeah. And Europe is great, but America, I like New York City, I like Chicago, and I like New Orleans, and the rest of it you couldn't pay me to live in. And
love you too.
I just, like I said, for me, I have such like a love affair with New York City and Brooklyn and Queens, and not so much Staten Island, but
yeah, we don't talk about Staten Island.
But I feel that like we really, come on, no one from Staten Island is watching this. So
Yeah.
I could be here.
None of you two people watching are from Staten Island, I hope.
yeah, but I lived in Staten Island for 3 years, so I can.
Oh wow, I've been there, I think, twice.
Yes, yes. But yeah, like so no, my stuff is like Demon Hunter is set in New York.
Plus, it's a natural location. You just go outside and you're like, this is good.
Yeah,
that was one of the things like coming in post that I felt like really sold it for me. I remembered like for some reason, I'm glad that we cleared this up. I thought that like I just didn't get the role in Teresa and Allison, but like I guess I didn't show up because I was booked for something else. Is what I think it was for Teresa. Also, Sarah Shoaf's hair is everything, so that's fine. Yeah. I'm all right with it. It is what it is, and I love her dearly. I remember like watching when he was like pitching it to me to come in and like help finish post and have it be like a CL2 first feature film while we were working on Demon Hunter. I was seeing these locations like Jane's Carousel and just like my heart melting in Dumbo and just being like, oh, they did that. I want to be a part of this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Speaking of New York as locations, I'm going to show a little ad. We're going to have a little ad break.
Oh,
This episode sponsored by me, Vonesper Studios. Get your video production needs and audio production needs, whatever your project, let me know. So I wanted to talk about a specific thing I caught in Teresa and Allison and segue into something that's probably going to be really annoying.
Okay.
I caught some Christian death jokes.
Yes, I'm so glad someone in an interview
I
has
feel
caught
like,
that.
well, like I feel like you've been waiting
Talking
for.
about LA.
Well, the thing is I've had goth people come up to me all the time.
While you're talking about this, I'm going to do an unboxing.
Yes.
Because I know people love
Are you fucking
unboxings.
kidding me? I love unboxings.
Great. I don't know why people like it, but since they
Well,
do.
It's dumb. It's one thing, like, as an influencer, which I fell into. It's one thing I refuse to do. So good for you.
Well, let's
Right.
see if I can do some influencing. Tell me about Christian death.
It's just, having spent so many years in the goth scene.
Like
and-
never the valor.
yeah,
Valor.
exactly. Because no one
I
likes
filmed
the
them. I
Valor
filmed them a
Christian
couple
Death. They like the
times.
Rod Williams Christian Death. So when I wrote Aurora Nightshade, I wanted to basically just make her dialogue be the type of thing where no one who has not been in the goth scene have any idea what she's talking about, and anyone who does would
Totally
know
does.
everything she's talking about.
I just thought she
Yeah.
was insane. So I was raised Catholic, and I have like a lot of I know a lot about like the history of religion, but I was like, I don't know what she's saying. She's tripping balls. Got it. Cool. Great. And then
Right.
he explained everything to me.
Yeah, she's talking about Vampire the Masquerade. She brings up Father Todd Sebastian. She talks
Oh
about
yeah.
she's going into all
She
the
actually knows what she's talking about.
yeah, she's going into all the
These
little
real vampires are just
stuff.
posers.
Yeah, exactly. And her talking about how Valor is a poser, like most
Oh my god,
Christian
it's
death
heavy.
fans I know.
It's so heavy. Holy shit.
What is
That's
that?
what she said.
You want, yeah. You want to take a guess? Oh, nice. They put them both together. Cool.
It is the Ashes of Roz Williams. What is
Dun,
that?
dun, dun, dun. Oh, fuck this box.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
Only
Oh,
Theater
wow.
of Pain, the 40th anniversary reissue double vinyl and book of photographs
Oh,
by
dear.
Edward Culver, who
Beautiful. Beautiful.
photographed Haunted Garage and is in my documentary.
There you go.
Brilliant.
And speaking of old LA punk and Edward Culver, you'd probably know him. Everyone would probably, besides this wonderful work, of course, probably his most famous cover is the Black Flag Damage.
Yes. Yeah.
Henry and the Fist and the
Yeah.
Mirror. And something, tell me if I'm wrong, but 21st Century Demon Hunter, every chapter is a Black Flag song?
Every chapter is basically a band that Julie would listen to. And
Okay.
so in the novel, it's all everything is a Black Flag song. And then I'm sorry, no. In the novel, it's Fear.
Oh, really?
I feel like he's wrong,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
Yeah, no, in the novel, it's
Yeah.
all songs from Fear. In the first season of the show, it's all
Beautiful.
yeah. The first season of the
That's
show, it's
gorgeous.
all Black Flag, and then the kind of one that's coming out afterwards, which we haven't put out a trailer yet because we're still in the post-production process on that
Oh,
one.
so is season 2 out yet? No.
No, not yet, not
Okay.
yet. But that one, it's all Sam Hain songs.
Oh,
wow, that's
great.
awesome.
Yeah, holy shit. Look at this fucking
It's
book.
gorgeous.
Oh wow.
Ugh.
What a
Dude, let me.
That's real.
I can't even see it because I'm showing you guys. But amazing. I can't wait to go through this.
That's awesome.
I went to Edward Culver's house to do his interview, and it was a fucking trip, man. He's like, it's all just, there's like no screens anywhere. It's all antiques and just piles of negatives that are like categorized by band, and you're just like 45 Grave, Adolescents, like Castration Squad, like you name it, like everything.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, no, like I've always been like a fan of like old death rock and
Yeah.
punk, and like I grew up I went through I got into punk the opposite of how most people get into punk, because I got into it through metal. I got
Right, I
into
know
it.
you were in some like extreme metal bands, right?
I was in one. I was in Nemesis Imperium.
We finally, after
Yeah.
like several years of knowing each other, was just like, all right, I know you've always wanted to see this, and like showed me him in this band on YouTube.
I think I've seen your video with your
Yeah.
band.
It was awesome.
Yeah,
It's
but
a long
but
time
I
ago.
was I got into it through metal. Like when I was 11 years old, I heard about a guy named Ozzy Osbourne,
Who's
and
that?
we used to hear. Yeah, I don't know, some guy who gets yelled at by Sharon. I think he has a reality show.
Well, you know, their bass player's wife was in Haunted Garage.
No way.
Yes,
Which
so
bass player? He's had like 50.
the most current one, Blasco, who was in Rob Zombie's band,
Okay,
and
yeah,
a bunch of other bands.
yeah. So I went and I saw I would see like this oh man, this crazy guy named Ozzy Osbourne. He's taking a bucket and having everybody in the audience spitting it.
Oh yeah, all the urban legends. that
Yeah,
was
we heard all those
bullshit.
crazy urban legends about him, because he had bitten the head off the bat. So
Right.
everything else was like, of course he's done those things. So I was like, at 11 years old, I was like, oh my God, I have to go see that. And, I went to see him, and Ozzy did not do any of those things at that show. In fact, Ozzy kind of looked like Liberace during that.
Yeah, no, he's staring at his lyric screens.
Yeah, but
I know, I've seen it.
But Metallica were the opening band. And
Whoa.
Oh, my nipple.
What year was this?
I don't want to say my age, but
Fair enough. Because one of my first shows was actually Ozfest '97, and I saw Ozzy Osbourne open for Black Sabbath.
Oh wow, yeah, I was at that show.
And
Was
Typo
that-
Negative and Pantera played, but Marilyn Manson got canceled because Columbine was that week.
No, was that? Did you see it at Giant Stadium?
No, I think we were in Long Island or something.
Okay, because I saw
Yeah.
the Giant Stadium and Marilyn Manson played, but the sound guy fucked with them. And
Oh
they're
wow.
turning the bass up all the way during their sound on their sound.
Ugh. That's terrible.
Wow.
Yeah, so he was talking shit the whole time about the owner of Giant Stadium because of it.
No, you know what's funny though is I think we thought we had Giant Stadium tickets, so we drove there and
Oh, no.
found the parking lot completely empty, and we're like, oh fuck, because this was like before the internet, basically
Yeah.
you didn't have the internet on your phone, so if you're in your car, like you're just disconnected.
Oh, I remember when we used to tour, and
Yeah,
we have to have like a print,
MapQuest,
Yeah, well, I talked to Tibby because Tibby was touring before even that.
right?
So like I talked to her, I was like, how did you guys even do that? We at least had things we could print out. Like, and she was like, yeah, we had to have the almanac and maps and all this shit. And
Yeah,
I still see people with like full-fledged maps on the subway every day.
it's crazy too, because
they're
like,
already on the wall.
literally I just missed that by like 5 years.
Yeah,
It's funny how technology has just gone so forward, because I remember like we did a tour down south, the tour of Northern Aggression. And I remember like asking my guitar player why he didn't have GPS, and he's like, "Oh, do you know how expensive that is?" And so
What's happening?
I wanna. We'll talk over this.
oh, okay, yeah, we'll talk over.
Do you remember this
I don't
one?
know the name of this song, but I know the lyrics. Someday, oh rain.
Yeah, I made this music video. You weren't in this one, were you?
No, I'm not in that one. I was invited to be in that one, but I think I was doing an acting gig on that day.
Oh man, yeah, this was not the first. No, we had worked with each other before, but this was a good one.
Yeah, and you also did the Gash video too.
Well, I started a Gash video, but it never got finished.
Really?
But I did a bunch of live
sworn-
stuff with them.
I could have sworn that first video they put out was you.
Was it like all live clips?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah,
But we actually filmed like a legit
Oh, like
crazy video.
Okay.
And I actually have a still from it.
Oh, cool.
That's so
Yeah,
cool.
because when I was looking for stuff that we were probably going to talk about, like all Gash and X Possibles and all that stuff, I found this footage and I was like, oh yeah. But I don't, it's probably never going to happen.
Yeah. That's a band that doesn't really.
Talk to each other
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah.
I don't know what happened, and I don't know if I want to know.
Yeah, no, I just remember seeing all the drama like secondhand.
It's
Right.
people's fault.
And I'm just like, oh boy, that sucks because I loved Gash.
Yeah.
Did you love Gash? No, that's why they're broken.
No.
But yeah, like it's you know, and then Tibby went into Reagan Youth, and
This one?
yeah, that's the one that I remember. Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I mean, it's cool. I like it too. It's all live clips though.
Hmm.
It's kind of like a montage.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Tibby!
Who's that?
We just love you, Tibby. We love
Oh
you.
yeah. I'm pissed I'm not going to DomCon.
Hmm.
Dude, that was funny because that girl whose leg we just saw got all made up to be in this,
Hmm.
and then like I basically just used her leg and not her face. Not on purpose, it's just like when it came out.
It's just how making.
It's just how the
yeah.
job goes.
Yeah.
It's part of the industry. I'm sure that she's okay, I hope.
Yeah, it's one of the
Yeah.
things. Like I'll say, like Teresa and Allison, I would, if I were to be editing it today, I would probably make it about 5 to 6 minutes shorter. But you know, as a first-time filmmaker, I was like, oh no, I don't want to cut anybody out because everyone worked so hard and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And now that I'm more
We kill
experienced,
darlings now. We kill our
Yeah.
darlings.
Yep.
We do.
yeah. But it's like, you know, when you're a first-time filmmaker, you learn so much as time goes on.
You can, like,
Yes, as a first-time filmmaker, you got any tips? Editing. Make sure.
kill your darlings.
Find your favorite scene and cut it. No, don't do that. But
Yeah, because
Like,
oh my
realize
god,
that you can't hold everything precious. You
Yeah.
can't. Even though it's precious, you can't. You can't. Your film's gonna suffer ultimately for it.
and
yeah,
that's why I have the
I
behind the
say,
scenes tier on my Indiegogo campaign, so
yeah.
you
What
can
I
see
would say,
everything.
we have an Indiegogo campaign starting tomorrow.
Oh
Actually.
yeah, do you want to talk about it?
Yep, starting tomorrow at about 5 p.m. Yeah.
So if anyone's watching the replay of this right now, go check it out.
Yep.
Tell us about it.
Our next film, a film called Nowhere Fast,
Oh,
which is it is, and be in keeping with my name. Yep, there you go.
It's like he knows what he's doing.
Yep.
I'm trying.
Keeping with my naming convention, it was named after the Luna Chick song.
Oh, wait, did you go to any of the reunion shows?
No, I did not. I couldn't get it. They
Oh.
all sold out before I could get any tickets.
Really? Because I bet you that tickets became available when people, because it was delayed like a year
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah.
And then I think people just didn't show up because it was like a year later and like
Yeah.
probably
Well,
forgot about
what
it.
happened was I had forgotten it even happened, and then one of my friends was like, "Oh my god, I'm going to the Luna Chicks." I'm like, "Wait, they're doing that now?" And so
I saw
went
one
to
of them.
try to
It
get
was
tickets, and they
awesome.
were sold out. Yeah.
And I got the book. Have you read the book? It's awesome.
No.
You gotta read the book, Fallopian Rhapsody: The Story of the Luna Chicks.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I was a big Luna Chick. I was a fan of so many of those type of bands, and that's what Nowhere.
Did you ever
Fast-
get to see them back in the day? Because I missed that.
Oh yeah,
era.
yeah. No, I saw their last show at
Okay.
CBGB's. I'm
Oh,
very
wow.
proud to say that I got lice at that show
Oh boy.
because I
Uh-oh.
fell asleep.
Bye.
Hey, do you know? Hey man, that's my punk rock cred, man.
That's
it
pretty
was their-
crusty.
Yeah, it was their final show in New York, and so all their opening bands were playing, and I forget who the drummer was.
Mhm.
but-
Right. Yeah. It wasn't.
Her new band was not.
Yeah.
And I was getting sleepy. And there's a big comfy pile of coats on CBGB's. So I
Oh
took a
yes,
nap.
you've told me this.
Yes.
You took a nap on a pile of coats.
Yeah, so
That's just iconic. I feel like that's such a New York experience thing.
yeah, exactly. Touring with MapQuest. Yeah.
Hi, Jeff.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Yeah. I remember.
Tibby. We all love Tibby.
Yep. Oh yeah, Tibby's awesome. Tibby.
Oh.
But like, we got like in Virginia. I remember. For the longest time, I called my guitar player's little brother by this street name that he got wrong. So we were driving in a circle for a fucking hour because he gave us the wrong street name. We had printed things out. We couldn't figure it out. So we called back to New Jersey to find out where we were supposed to go. And he
On a
gave us the wrong
payphone,
street name.
probably.
Yeah. We, we were like wandering around. Luckily, at a gas station, there were a bunch of like, kids were like, "Oh man, are y'all the band from New York?" And they were all excited to see us. So, they guided us to the, so they guided us to the venue.
That's great. Yeah,
yeah.
that sounds about right.
And Nowhere Fast is pretty much about like an all-female punk band in the
Oh,
year
great.
2000. And it's their first tour.
And the end of the world happens.
Pretty much, yeah. So
I'm sold.
Yeah, as
It's
our
a hell of a good time. It's really fun. The cast is so amazing.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
so excited to
Let
start.
me guess.
What?
You two.
well, I mean, we have cameos.
We have
We're
cameos
Okay.
very
because
small
because
roles.
it exists in the CLU. We can't.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh.
he's Tony. I'm Julie.
Gotcha.
We can't.
Yeah.
It wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, like we try to keep our like there's only so many looks you can have, and anytime we do a new character, we try to have a completely different look. Like
yeah, in Bishop's Cove, we have different characters.
yeah,
Mhm.
but we don't look anything like our.
No, you're like a demon, right?
I'm a demon,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not. Julie's out hunting me. No, that's not true. That's not
Bishop's Cove.
Yeah.
Bishop.
Coming soon, right?
2023. It should be in festivals.
Yeah.
We're almost finished with it.
Almost done.
Yes, another
We're
another
in the final
bloody
4 days of shoot.
naked movie.
Yeah, it's really fun. I played the Nameless, and she's the antagonist, and it's really fun because I feel like Julie in Demon Hunter, she's like the anti-protagonist.
Yeah.
But I love her, and I feel like the audience winds up being like, she's a terrible human being, but I want her to succeed.
Are they gonna fight each other at some point?
I mean, I feel like this is an idea now that Charles has to think about.
I
Right?
mean, I can't.
I
say
mean, it kind of fits the themes.
It would be really fun. It'd
Yeah.
be really fun. But so the Nameless just goes and she's
He's like, yeah, editing's gonna be a real bitch, so fuck you.
so fuck you. Yeah, no, I can help you with editing now. I know how to edit now. But so the Nameless, she's like kind of like the taker of souls in a way. And she's really fun to play. It's always like hours and hours of makeup, and she goes through a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Bishop's Cove is an interesting film because it's kind of almost like 3 films in once. It's like there's flashbacks that are more of like
Yeah, I noticed that. It was a
Yeah,
little confusing, I would almost. Well, because I didn't see a finished product.
yeah,
but-
you're seeing a scene with missing scenes.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's-
I know.
You have the thing.
Yeah, I sent them
Okay.
that. Yeah. So I mean, it's missing a bunch of scenes on there, but it's because it isn't finished yet. But
Right. I got the tone and everything.
yeah,
for
and
sure.
like the modern scenes are more David Lynch. They're very much like that kind of dark, gritty, mysterious vibe. And then the hell scenes, which we have the most to shoot. That like the last 2 days are going to be just those.
There are some very nightmarish imagery
Yeah.
in this.
Yeah,
I gotta say,
they're very like Hellraiser, Silent Hill esque, and
for sure.
we wanted to kind of mix like Requiem for a Dream meets Blue Velvet meets
Again, that cleanup
Yeah.
crew. I'm sorry.
They're paid well. It's fine.
Okay, good.
we give them treats.
You know what? Let me
Don't say that in front of the dogs.
let me show the trailer for 21st Century Demon Hunter.
Sure.
Is this for season 1?
Yes.
I guess so. Is
Coming
it?
out on DVD and Blu-ray in the fall.
Yes.
Word. Yes.
And hopefully streaming. We'll talk about it.
Put the camp couch down.
That's a little
Yeah, no, sure. And then after all the bad types, the hobble find your fucking ball!
Oh no, we froze.
Is it?
Oh yeah, it's way far back.
No, I'm saying for people watching. It's just,
I like this still. Oh yeah, I can't see anything anymore. That's fun.
yeah.
Technical, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Best.
Oh, I think I solved it. Let's
Okay.
see.
Take 2.
Technical difficulty. At least you can still hear me, right? This is
Yeah.
live TV. Okay, we're almost back.
All right.
I think I had to plug in my computer. Ha 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 ha.
That'll do the trick.
I hope so.
Let's see.
Dun dun dun. Oh boy.
I raise an eyebrow.
This is the real horror show right here.
I do too. I'm raising an eyebrow. too.
Technical
You can't-
difficulty.
You can't tell.
You have bangs. You can't tell that you're raising an
Can't
eyebrow.
tell.
Hey, I think we're back.
All
Are
right.
we back?
Hey.
Let's try that again.
All right. Let's try it.
Maybe. Oh boy.
Okay. Well, it's going to be available in the
Well,
fall.
you know, while we're waiting, why don't you tell us about your Indiegogo or your Kickstarter or whatever you got going
It's
on?
going to be Indiegogo. It's I believe it's igg.me/at/nowhere-fast or nowhere fast film. Probably just nowhere fast though.
I think it's just Nowhere Fast.
Yeah.
From what we had spoken about like a week or two ago.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
no, it's for Nowhere Fast.
Yes.
Which is just, I feel like it's, of course, it's in the CLU, but it's unlike anything that we've done before.
Yeah.
Where we encounter like apocalyptic things and
Is
and
there
kind of-
going to be a trailer up tomorrow or?
We have to
Not
start
quite
doing
yet.
it. I mean,
Oh, right, yeah.
it'll have the cast members and
Yeah.
us talking, but
I think-
like, yeah.
What can we get?
well, soon. What can they get?
They can get fuck no. No.
Wow, how much?
No. Not
All
that
of your
way.
money, all of
No.
your money.
Oh,
No,
it's
I
going to
mean,
be disappointing for
there's,
you.
there's all sorts of fun perks on there. I mean, there's the typical like poster and stuff. There's also being in the audience for the band. You can be a zombie.
Do you know what venue
yeah,
you're going to
there's
film it
zombies.
at, or
What?
do you have any venues you're going to film at?
We
the
can't
band?
say what venue right now.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
There's two venues, one in New York and one in another state because it is
Gotcha.
a tour. And we have to confirm with that place, but so I don't know if we can say it yet.
That's fair.
But,
That's fair.
But there's that. There's so there's also a thing they can do that I got from Rebecca, not our Rebecca Reinhardt.
Yeah.
About sponsoring a meal where because food costs money when
It
you're
sure
gonna
does.
shoot. So one of the things
That's smart.
one of the things that she had the idea for, and that I thought would be great for us, is that while we're having lunch, you can FaceTime with us or something and talk to the crew.
Is it
the
a
cast and
mukbang?
crew. What?
Sparks.
A mukbang?
What's up, Chambo? A what?
A mukbang? Isn't that what they call it?
Yes, that is what
Is
they
that
call
what they
it.
call
Yeah,
that?
that's what they call
I
it.
thought it was.
I don't get it when you just watch people
I thought it
eat.
was just being nice.
Yeah, but something like that.
And you're like, wait, where's the mukbang? I want to go to the mukbang.
It's at the Dom convention or whatever.
I
Yeah.
know. See, you're making me miss out again.
Yes. But there's obviously when it comes out, you'll be able to get DVDs and Blu-rays and stuff, and it'll we have a couple unique ones. There's one that I wanted to talk to Tibby about that I have to talk to her before I put it up, but I think it
Well,
it might
she's
be
dominating right now.
yeah,
Sorry.
it might be kind of a fun idea. Well, she's been sending me texts all day, so it's
Okay.
she's been sending me showing me look, I'm in the airport,
Oh, did she know you were coming on this show today?
What?
Did she know
Oh
that
no,
you were coming?
I didn't mention it. No, because she's domming. I don't want to.
Yeah.
Can't interrupt the Dom.
Yeah. Don't want to
Yeah.
be sorry, guy who has a high heel up his ass. I have to go watch a stream. So it's
Well, she could sit on him while they're watching it.
You're right. We should have advertised this.
But you gotta pay for it. That's a perk.
Yeah.
Hey,
Put the camera down.
it's working now.
Pretty much.
Sweet. That's much better.
Yeah, no, sure. And then after all the websites, there's a couple things to find your fucking soul.
Hail to the queen, baby.
I see what you did there.
It's full of homages to various parts.
It really is. It really is. And more.
And more.
Yeah.
Is there a release date yet?
No, that's why we say fall.
Yes.
because
Fall.
Things happen.
Be prepared to spend your money on the Blu-ray. I know I'll get mine. You know what? I knew I had seen at least some of it when it first came out, And then I definitely remembered why after I finished the first episode.
Because of the song, yeah.
Because of the song, and I was like, hey! And speaking of Tibby, let's see. Here's the opening to my album. Yeah, I guess we can curse on this because hey, look, it's the same background that I'm using right now.
Nice.
Inception.
I know. I don't even know if you can get that anywhere right now. Maybe on Bandcamp. I know it got taken off of Spotify, not for any nefarious reasons. I forgot to pay my bills, I guess.
Oh.
And then I was like, well, it'll create mystery, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I finished the episode and I'm like, that's me. That's awesome. I'm in his kind of, you know.
But yeah, like if you look like that episode, if it's full of just tributes to different types of horror. I mean, you even I think my favorite on that is still when we did the live action hentai stuff, like a 90s like Legend of the Overfiend type thing. In
You
fact,
gotta see it to believe it.
yeah, the actresses in that were so excited when
They really were.
yeah, they were like, "Oh my god, you're doing a live action anime like hentai. That's so funny."
Yeah. And
Yeah.
one of them is actually in the new Batman movie.
Really?
Yes. Which I haven't seen.
It's on HBO Max.
It's on
It's
HBO
really
Max now,
long.
right? Woohoo!
But respect to Matt Reeves because he made one of my favorite movies, Cloverfield. So
I love Cloverfield.
I know, and I didn't even think about it until after I saw the movie. I was like, oh yeah, that's the same guy.
I'm not that fond of Cloverfield.
Really?
But
What's your beef?
I hate every character in it, and I consider the monster to be the spirit of every New Yorker who got kicked out of fucking New York because of Bloomberg, and it's getting
That's
its
what's
revenge
so
on all the
scary
fucking
about it.
transplants. So
I love Cloverfield. I'm with you, Kevin.
I love it too. I'm mad that
It's
I
one of
didn't
my
catch it in
first-
the theater.
Yeah, it was one of the like first like scary movies that I saw and wasn't afraid or like overcame my fear while watching as a kid.
I'm still
Yeah,
afraid of
yeah.
that movie.
I don't think I was allowed to.
okay,
Yeah.
So how did you guys see that movie? Well, Kevin, you saw it in the theater, right?
No, I said I'm mad that I didn't.
Oh, okay. Well, because my whole thing is, how would someone not vomit like with the friggin', not?
I
steady
mean, I loved
camera,
Blair
like,
Witch and I saw that in
put on
the
a
theater.
20-foot screen.
Yeah.
I loved Blair Witch and I saw that in the theater, so I knew I could survive, I'm sure.
Yeah. I think I'm just not really fond of found footage stuff.
What did you think of 10 Cloverfield Lane? What did you think?
I
of
like that too.
I love
That
that
one I
too.
liked.
Yeah,
That
my
one.
friend Johnny's in that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where is he? Who is he?
He's the one who gets in the acid.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, I follow all like the art, what do they call it? The ARGs and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I'm totally into all of it. And I'm totally, they got me. Like even if it sucks, I'm into it.
I have not seen the Cloverfield Paradox.
Yeah, I've only watched it
That's
once,
Yeah.
I think. I need to revisit that one. It was definitely the least of the three.
Right, I
think.
agree.
But I know he's been promising us JJ's been promising us a real sequel to the original at some point. So
I would kill for that.
it's gonna happen. Well, apparently it's gonna happen, and you're not gonna know until it's happened.
It's just a very specific point in my childhood or like in my like growing up where I was like Cloverfield.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
talking about a New York movie, right?
Yeah.
So let me talk about, you know what, I'm going to premiere a teaser for my documentary tonight.
Oh,
I think it's
awesome.
about time to do that.
Nice.
And then
roll that beautiful.
and then
beam
I'll
footage,
yes, let me here's some ads for you.
I understand why there's so many addicts. You got to be at 100 or 150 and then 0.
Honda Garage is the way to get healthy and fit in the 90s.
He and I share a
common affliction.
I think I heard of them at an AA meeting.
People that came to Haunted Garage shows, I started seeing them in meetings. I thought you just had to be like fucked up to enjoy our music.
You never know where help's going to come from. And in my case, came from Dukey Fly Swatter.
Dukey was the intricate part to me getting sober at the time.
We'd never heard of the word sober. We're like, sober? What's that?
Just his presence sometime has been really good for people.
Just knowing the man made it easier for me to deal with my own mental illness.
Being bipolar was the perfect vehicle for this band. That was before medication.
Mental is the other side of genius.
I'm Bill Wilson, don't you fuck with me. I am the trendy for King sobriety. I'm Bill Wilson, don't you fuck with me. I am the trendy for King sobriety. Me and Dr. Bob like to singing on a hook. Me and Dr. Bob wonderful little book. Used to be Bobby Jones, now it's movie stars of funny. Used to be Bobby Jones, now it's movie stars of funny.
Necessary to first seduce the spirits with a small donation. Cash in advance.
She's about to dominate your soul. Sorority sisters, succubus, rock and roll. You're being Yimari, suck on my chimney.
You better believe me, bastard. It's almost too late.
What? All right, so this documentary, tell me about it. Tell us about it, and when can we watch it? Because holy crap.
Chelsea, have you seen the other trailer?
No.
Oh, well, before I explain anything,
please.
Let's see if this does anything for you.
I'm feeling all the things.
To be discussion about the importance of danger, chaos, the possibility of something happening that really wasn't on the schedule.
Mr. Dukey Fly Swatter and
the Haunted Garage!
If you took 80s slasher movies and put it in a blender with metal and punk rock, you're gonna get Haunted Garage.
Dukey and his crew were almost like making horror movies, horror punk.
But the gag is, you're in the splash zone.
It is splatter rock. It is chainsaw rock and roll.
Not only chainsaw them, but would pull the guts out and spread them all over the place.
It's like going to a horror movie, except it's actually happening.
There was this real fervor at the time about shock rock, how bad it was for the kids.
The shock value was exactly what I wanted.
I look over and I see Dukey with his arms on fire.
The flashes from the rear end.
He got brain surgery live on stage.
Whenever you find something weird, we'll give a use for it.
It's not an act that we put on to go on stage.
We were real.
There was some shit being exercised right there.
That was the raw stuff.
You walk out of there feeling like you've maybe left the planet for a little while.
Their legacy is they were unique.
They did things that weren't being done, and they did things that were outside of people's comfort zones.
Dukey was always just ahead of his time on that.
But it really rocked hard. I mean, he had really good musicians in the band.
We didn't want it to be only this deep. We wanted it to be this deep.
It's Haunted Garage. That's the whole point of taking things too far.
They just were doing it to have a good time and make you laugh.
It was always fucking fun.
Actually, we're a lot more stable than I think Bill Cosby.
I don't know how to explain it. It exploded.
Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons.
Tom Waits was there.
We blind Axl Rose.
When you're sitting between Dukey and Elvira, it doesn't get any cooler than that.
There were lines around the block to see Haunted Garage. They were the it band at the time.
Those guys were gods to who they were gods to.
Hey,
he's an icon of the underground exploitational genre.
Punk rock god of Hollywood.
Bela Lugosi's horrible punk rock grandson.
G.G. Allen, but fun.
He's like a friendly vampire.
He was LA's Peter Lorre.
You need somebody in a movie, that's the guy that you want.
Roger Ebert said it's the worst movie he's ever seen. Cold Steel, Sharon Stone? Who knew? He had a great writing career.
He puts everything he's got into it. He made his whole life his art.
I think that the whole world should know about it.
Now I'm gonna cry.
Slam, 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 slam.
Wait a minute, you're gonna get this.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my god!
I will now field all your questions about Haunted Garage and Dukey Fly Swatter.
I'm dead. That's so good. So, what? Of course, this is nothing I know anything about, which I'm sure you both
Then
know.
that means you're my target audience.
I will happily promote this everywhere. So please
That's
tell
what
me.
you're here doing right now.
Yes. Tell me when and where and how and why and what.
Well, right now we also have an Indiegogo. I'm calling it an Indie-Gorgor campaign. Emphasis on the pain, of course. Although that is not a perk. It is a good idea for the next round, perhaps.
It's actually a really good idea, yeah.
Right? It's a lifelong passion and the perfect marriage of my professional skills and my lifelong interests, and something to start while I couldn't do any work during the pandemic. And now we're here. I got like 40 something interviews and I've digitized archives and
Congrats, babe.
thank you.
That's great.
So please go give me all your money. Go to dukeydoc.com, DUKEYDOC.com, and we got cool perks. And stickers. We have stickers. Not many people have gotten stickers yet. $5 for 5 stickers. What are you waiting for?
I love stickers.
I'll give you some stickers.
Okay, thank you.
But yeah, and if you can't give me at least $5 for the documentary, share it with everyone you know, because that's something that you can do for free, and somebody will be
Share
into
the
this.
link tomorrow, because this document, like, it looks so fucking cool. It does.
Yes,
look so
thank
cool.
you.
I'm like, what is happening to me right now?
Right? Yeah, so this is like all the horror fans out there, or like punk rock fans, or fans of, they were also like one of the first bands to bring kink to the stage, I would say. And that's we talked a lot about that on the last episode. But like most people don't know who this guy is, or they have seen him but they didn't know that they saw him. You've probably seen some of his movies. Did you see any of those on the list?
I've seen Sorority Babes and a Slime Bowl Bolorama when I was like 15 or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, Dukey is the voice of the imp, the monster in the movie.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was big Linnea Quigley fan. Obviously from Return of the Living Dead.
You ever see Nightmare Sisters?
I don't remember.
You're gonna love this one. You gotta check it out.
Hmm.
It's the big three, just like in Sorority Babes. We got Linnea Quigley, Brink Stevens, and Michelle Bauer. We got 2 of them so far.
Nice.
Well, super nice. She when we did Days of the Dead Atlanta, she actually congratulated us for putting our first film out. Yeah.
Did she watch it?
I didn't see her, but the fact that the next day she came up to me and was like, "Congratulations!" At first I was like,
Amazing.
"What are you congratulating me on? What's happening?" And then she's like,
What is happening?
because I was just like, "Why is Linnea quickly coming at me?" And then like she's like, "Oh, congratulations on getting your film out there." And I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh my god!" The fact that she remembered was so nice. And then when we saw
That's
her
awesome.
at New Jersey HorrorCon, she remembered us again.
us.
Aw.
Yeah, Felicia Rose is another really cool.
Felissa Rose.
Felissa. Is it Felissa?
Felissa.
Okay.
Yeah, Felissa. So our table was next to hers the whole convention.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Sleepaway Camp. Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like so she's been super supportive as well. Just like I mean, at least on Instagram, but like yeah, we've been really lucky.
Send
so
her
far.
the trailer for my documentary.
I'll DM it to her. I will. I will.
She'll know like everyone in this thing probably.
Probably, yeah.
I don't think they've ever worked directly together, but they're definitely in the same world of like B movies and.
Yeah.
Yeah,
stuff
no,
like
it's
that.
just the whole community. Just like I feel like the more we share each other's things, like we can only lift each other up.
Exactly, and that's what I like about doing this show is like I can
thank
hawk my shit and I can hawk your shit
Well,
and we'll have a nice conversation
one of
about
the
it.
things that I really liked when we went, because like Days of the Dead was our first kind of convention as part of the
It's
horror
nicotine,
community.
it's not weed.
And
Oh, well, that disappoints me.
you know, but it was like it was really nice how just welcoming the horror community is, and everyone's just super sweet, and everyone's like wanting to help everybody else out.
Yeah, I was bought like drinks every night by some of my icons.
Yeah.
Like people who played Jason, people who played fucking Michael Myers. Like it's just such
So
a
very
cool
tall
thing.
men.
Very tall men.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like a really, and then they want to hear about what you're working on, and they're so proud of you for like making it this far.
I need to go to some horror conventions. I've been to like other alternative, mostly music conventions.
Yeah.
But it's so great because you're like in this bubble for like a weekend and it's just like a whole different world. Next step is horror conventions. I missed the one that was recently happened in New Jersey, and I'm
the HorrorCon, yeah.
The first one I ever went to was Chiller Theater when my dad was signing.
actually I've only been to Chiller once, but it was when I was in high school, and I actually did meet Brink Stevens there.
Oh, cool.
And you can see me in high school. I'm actually wearing a Haunted Garage t-shirt.
That's so
that's
cool.
awesome.
And I also met Lloyd Kaufman that day, and he is going to be in the documentary once it's been postponed like 5 times, but we're going to get him.
I used to live right near the Trauma headquarters, like on 50, I think like 50th or 49th or something like that.
I used to live in Astoria. I could have walked there, and I've actually never been there.
But when they were in like Hell's Kitchen.
They were in Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, when they were in Hell's Kitchen, like I used to just walk past there all the time.
Okay, yeah, I'm talking about the Long Island City one.
Yeah. When they had like big Toxie, like like mural on the building and stuff.
I was supposed to get him last week, but it didn't. Or this week, actually, on Monday, a couple days ago. That didn't work out, and then we were supposed to get him like 2 weeks before that, but then he got COVID. So it's been a comedy of errors, but we will get him because I don't know if you know this movie, Trauma Classics.
Oh yeah,
Nazis Must Die.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dukey plays Mengele. He's one of the main characters.
That's so cool.
Let's see if you can see this. He's always eating his knife.
I love that.
That's Dukey Flyswatter.
I hate to do this, but I can't hold my pee anymore, so I'll be back in 5 seconds.
That's fine. You know what? We'll do an ad break.
Amazing.
Let me find something to play.
Please hold for me to pee.
Okay, we're gonna do an ad sponsored by Vonesper Studios. I think I played that one already. Let me play a different one.
Yeah.
Here's music videos. All right. I know it says 2018 on some of those.
Yeah, I
but
was
you
gonna
know.
point that out that you might need to update.
I know. Well, let's just say not much has happened in the last few years. So there hasn't been much updating on my reels to do. So just whatever. Side note.
I try to go back every now and then if I have something like that and just like kind of update the year in the file.
Oh yeah, I know. I just started doing this show on a whim, and I'm like, I'll get to it eventually.
Yeah.
But at least I'm here live to tell you my mistakes.
Yes.
And I want to say what's coming up. Well, if you missed it, you can go back and watch our first episode with Abby Death. Our second episode with Goddess Charlotte, who I met at DomCon while filming my documentary last year. This is the one we are watching right now.
Yay, that's
and
us.
Then, yeah, let's see what I got in the future. Oh, I want to say, so I'm skipping next week, but I'll be back the week after. And I want to see if I can pull up the quote. There's just this person, Sweaty Lamar, said like the funniest thing when she asked to be on the show, and I want to read it to you. I don't want to get it wrong. Live television. She said, if you ever need a guest who is totally ignorant to the scene but curious, let me know. And I said, fuck yeah. So we have singer-songwriter Sweaty Lamar coming on the next one. And then I have some announcements. I think these are new ones. Impaler, Shock Rock Legends. Bill Lindsay from Impaler, shock rock since 1983. If you haven't heard of them, like Haunted Garage, trust me, you're going to want to check them out. They've been doing shock rock, thrash, kind of metal, and horror punk for almost 40 years, and I've been a fan for almost 30, which is disturbing, let me tell you.
Yeah, I remember hearing about them in high school. That was
wow.
my first exposure to them, yeah.
They're coming to New York next month, too, so...
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's kind of part of a metal festival. I was disappointed because Savage Master was supposed to play, and I like them too, but I think they dropped off for something better. And then, episode 6, Thursday, June 16th. I don't have a guest yet, so if you're watching and you think you'd be a good fit, let's come on and talk. And then the next week, Cut Like This. Do you know them?
Yes.
Yeah, you know them, I'm sure.
Yeah, I know it. I know her. I'm trying to remember her current name, so I don't.
Oh, I know. I always call her Rainbow.
Yeah.
Is she in Music and Demon Hunter?
No.
Probably. No.
Oh man.
I told her this. I was like, I always want to call you Rainbow.
Light and Roseblood.
There you go.
Yeah.
Roseblood. Yeah. Oh no.
I'm
no.
sorry.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, she's actually done our wrestling podcast a couple times.
Oh yeah, I think I saw that. I gotta check that out. So wait, let me come back to that. I want to ask you about that. And then the latest booking, Thursday, June 30th, the Destruct Principle. I think you know some of them too.
Yeah, Razor is in episode 1 of
I had that written in my notes.
Yeah,
so she's coming on the show. I think at least Adam's gonna be here. Well, I hope the whole band will be here, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, you get to make out with Razor in the first.
Oh, I recognize Razor.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's just the for anyone confused by the title of these episodes, that's based on an old Haunted Garage demo called Songs About Satan and Other Stuff to Piss Your Parents Off. But that's not the name of the show. The name of the show is VonPod. That's just the episode titles. When I start talking about my music, I'm going to change that. It'll go back and forth.
Yeah.
Yes. Have you heard the Destruct Principle?
Yes, actually I have. I checked out one of their songs on YouTube.
Send it to me. I want to do it. I want to listen.
You guys.
I'm always like an avid listener. I want to.
Maybe I can pull it up. Let me see if I can pull up something I shot for them. I only saw them once at a convention, and it was just really cool. They're very spooky.
Yeah, it had a very kind of dark. It was a little. I don't know. It reminded me of during the late '90s stuff. When everybody was kind of doing that Antichrist Superstar kind of thing going on.
Well, what's funny is I was watching them with a friend of mine, and I think they'll take this as a compliment if I tell them this, but we were watching it thinking they're kind of like the Spooky Kids if Spooky Kids were actually Spooky. Oh man, I don't know where it is.
It's okay.
Maybe I can.
Just
edit
send it
the
to
video.
us.
People can Google it after they've checked out 21st Century Demon Hunter and
That's right.
purchased Teresa and
Lots of
Alice
stuff to check out.
on DVD and Blu-ray, available at anywhere that DVDs and Blu-rays are sold.
Yes.
What is this
Barnes
movie?
and Noble. It's Amazon. It's
Yes.
everywhere.
Yeah, I got mine on Amazon. Although
Yep.
support your mom and pops if you can.
Yeah, no, you can get it on a bar. Any place that doesn't carry it, you can order it. It's
Can you go directly through Burning Bulb as well?
yeah, they can also go directly through Burning Bulb.
Yes, that's our distribution company, and you can
Yeah.
go directly
Nice.
through Burning Bulb and buy it through them if you want to support
Yeah,
them directly.
Yeah, and they also that's where you can also get the 21st Century Demon Hunter novel. You can get that on Amazon. You can get that on Barnes and Noble. You can get that also directly through Burning Bulb Publishing.
Yeah, basically everything we have coming up.
Is this what is this?
This was for when we were putting out. Originally, this show was on Amazon, and then we had some problems with distributors, so it's no longer on there. But when we had our season finale coming up, our late friend Aaron Alvarez.
Yes, we
Who-
love you, Aaron. From
Yeah.
wherever you are.
Yeah, he did this EC Comics. I wanted to show this because number one,
It's
Aaron was
cool.
a great friend to us all and a great artist, and I love this EC Comics style art he did for us.
And it's like, if I remember correctly, because I know that I do, it's like from like the 1950s, like horror, like kind of trope that you'd see on posters
Yeah,
then, where you
yeah.
have in the forefront in like this distorted color, you have kind of like your leading lady or the damsel in
I
distress.
have a movie like that with Dukey Fleischauer.
There you go, exactly. And then you have her being attacked by like the villain, and then in color you have your protagonist coming to save the damsel in distress, but behind the protagonist is the actual danger.
Oh.
You're starring your other co-stars on the side, and I think it
Yeah.
was really beautiful that he did it
Yeah.
this way. Yeah, really beautiful.
And then what is
That's
this?
by my friend Maria Sebastian. I felt like the simplification of it was just beautiful.
Yeah, I'd kind of been inspired, and I had asked if you knew anyone who would do that, and she immediately jumped for it.
Yeah.
Like in France, there's these very minimalist posters and stuff, and that's why that's why it's in French. My credit on there. But the whole idea of it was we wanted like something that was a very minimalist, very classy for a not classy at all show.
And it did work when we
Yeah.
first were live on Prime. It was like people saw this poster and they were like, "Oh, this
Not
is
this
the
one.
cinema we've been looking for."
Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of like all the different iterations of our posters have attracted different audiences,
Yeah.
and that's what's made
Hmm.
us so successful. Where we're able to like come to this like DVD deal.
Yeah, that's the cover of the novel. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
You have me on the left hand side, and then you
So
have
you did this photo before you started filming the show?
No, so we had
Oh.
we had shot an initial like poster cover.
Yeah.
It didn't work, and then we hired the girl to play my little sister, Casey Marie Ecker, who's amazing, and then reshot it. So I'm on the left, she's on the right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's really Demon Hunter is kind of a story of two sisters, even if it kind of focuses on Julie more.
Yes.
But her sister Persephone's story is also a huge part of
A
it.
Tale of Two Sisters, isn't that a play?
There's three sisters actually.
Oh yeah, that's
Three
right.
Sisters is the play. It's Chekhov.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, no, you won't. Persephone is in season 1, but she's not in it very much.
When you get into like what we have to do next, you'll see.
That's
a lot
from the other movie, right?
You'll
What is this from?
You'll see. You'll see. You're not up to it yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, got you.
Yeah.
And yeah, we talked about these. Nowhere Fast. I'm excited about that. That's my Gash
Yep.
video.
Yeah, Nowhere Fast. Like I said, we just hired Michaela from Arcade.
Yes, what can you tell us about it? Yeah.
Yeah, she plays the vocalist of the band. We have Harley Del Cogliano as the bassist.
Love you, Harley.
Philia Luna as our guitarist, and Madeline Parks as our drummer. It's they're based on so many people that I played with or that I was friends with or whatever. And
I feel like with our audience, like there are so many people who came in like through his like music scene, who came in and got to know and love Teresa and Allison and Demon Hunter, who like now they're gonna have at the forefront of the story like a life they've lived.
Yeah.
And then we're like, oh, zombies.
You know, but like the zombies are like, I almost feel like, and that was the thing, like writing a story with zombies in it, I feel zombies are still a little played out. So I had to find a way to make them still interesting.
Right.
Same thing I did with Teresa and Allison,
It's the same
where
thing.
I was like, people
reclaiming
kind of
it.
ruined vampire films. So let's
The
find a
zombies
way to
in
make
this,
it work.
They are not the focal point.
Yeah.
They are in no way, shape, or form like at the precipice of this plot. It's about this band and the struggles that they deal with on their first tour, and then the apocalypse happens and zombies are there.
Yeah.
But it's rewritten just like Charles said.
Yeah.
Like Teresa.
And one of the things that I'll just not to spoil anything, but let's say that the zombies.
Spoiler alert.
The zombies are more like the first wave of things that happen.
They are. Also, I do want to say that I have pet mice and they're both on their wheels right now. And
Oh, is that what we're hearing?
Yeah.
Cute.
Yes.
We also have Constance Payne is in that. She's this like cool like indie horror person who's also an MMA fighter. She's
She
in
has
it.
like a black eye right now. Did you see that?
Yeah.
She said that's amazing.
Yeah.
And she's just
That's
like
amazing.
posting about it on Instagram,
Yeah.
being like, yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, she's super buff.
She's amazing.
She and a guy named Chris Myers, a great actor. They from Florida, I believe he's originally from. They
Right.
play kind of these like rednecky, like brother and sister, but it's not like goofy fun rednecky. It's more fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre rednecky. So it's
the real scary kind.
Our cast has been like just in the read through that we had, and like then like having the final cast.
Yeah.
Like it's
Helen
fucking amazing.
Helen Texter, Chris Jaynert, Linnea Gregg shows up as her Teresa and Alice, not her Teresa, her
Bishop's Cove
Bishop's
character.
Cove. So there's Bishop's Cove connections in it. All of our stuff, like I said, it's all just one big kind of fun world together. There's someone who I'm talking to see if she's available for our first day of shooting. That'll be another connection from
I
something.
love surprises for me as well.
Yeah.
You're like, I only produce this stuff, right?
We're like, cool, great. He's gonna.
Yeah.
He usually is like, so I'm gonna do this. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Is
It's a good relationship.
Right now, we're in our infancy. Like we've only been
Yeah.
doing this a couple of years. So far, it's all been me, directing and both of us producing, and we've been talking about stuff that she will be directing, and with both of us producing on that, and it'll be kind of the same thing. We both kind of work with the other ones so that we don't have someone telling you can't do that. So,
And if there's something that's so extreme, I want everyone to know that. So I'm fairly open-minded, but like if something crosses a line, I would have told him no up until this point.
Yeah, that I was gonna say like.
I would have been like, Charles, no. And I think I did do that like once or twice. No?
I've done that to you.
Really?
When was
You
that?
extreme person.
There were some ideas that you've had for Demon Hunter that I'm like, we can't do that.
But there were things for Demon Hunter 2 that I felt like that
No.
I did. No?
No, there were none of those.
Where is the line gonna cross?
It might have been.
It might have been other people coming to me.
Probably not. Yeah.
Not like that. Not like that.
Yeah.
No. This is obvious. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Well, so I don't say
Good
no,
meeting,
but
good
I'm going
meeting.
to learn to say no more.
Yeah, but like you said, we
But
don't
yes
want
to
to do
the
that
dick
because that
biting.
will spoil all the fun. So, but basically, what we want to do is we want to make sure that both of us have like an open forum for our ideas, so we don't
Yeah,
have
of
somebody
course.
kind of standing over, hovering, and being like, ruining, because that's the problem I think with so much film. So much of it is holding back on stuff. So much of it is trying to, just trying to basically squash people's ideas. And I think that one of the benefits of the indie film world is that it's basically the only limit really is the person's imagination. Now, what you might be talking
And
about,
budget. I would say budget is a limitation.
yeah. But what you might have been talking about with Emily was when we were shooting stuff, and I gave her a list of shots I wanted to do.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that, but I came to you, and that is so
Yeah.
I interpreted
Well,
it. But it was her.
Yeah, because what I said to her was, if you're uncomfortable with any of these, let me know immediately, and I'll cut them out without any. And we did, because you know, if you have ideas and the actor is like, hey, I don't know if I want to do that, then obviously you don't want to press.
And they definitely they do a lot for your material.
Yeah, Emily is super, super brave, and like even anything she was like, I'm
and
not
Emily's in the
comfortable
first
doing.
episode. She's in the pilot of 21st Century Demon Hunter, and she's our lead in Bishop's Cove.
Yeah. And anything that, like I said, like anyone, like I don't try to convince, I don't try to talk them into it. I don't try to like, well, what if we did that? Like, no, I'm just like, all right, you're uncomfortable with that.
I feel like people have found this like, and I guess maybe I would have like talked Charles down or like convinced him that another option was a better idea. If like all of our actors and actresses were like uncomfortable with it, of course, like there's no question, but it's a matter of everyone is so excited to get to do their art in such like a place of like safety and freedom and like just kindness and vulnerability. Like I feel like as an actor, that's why I teamed up with him, being like, my mother used to tell me $1 million a boob. No. But it's just, and I felt free then, and I feel like that's why we have this like really great like company of characters, if I will, like who just are recycled throughout the CLU. I can't believe I'm using that randomly in sentences, like as if it's something that works.
Buzzwords.
Buzzwords.
We're making it happen here. Trendsetters.
If you say it,
yeah, but we're really happy. We're really grateful for like all the people who are involved in all of our projects. We're excited for what's to come.
Mm-hmm.
We're excited for what you have going on.
Thank you.
Like,
yes.
This documentary is just like now it's right here, and I just keep thinking about it. I'm
Good.
So excited.
You're never gonna stop thinking about it now. You're gonna be like, how did I not know about this?
That's exactly how I feel.
And like, I know you just mentioned Texas Chainsaw Massacre, so I have to throw in there Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers. Have you seen this one?
No, I've seen that. Yeah.
Are these all Tromba films?
One of them was Surf Nazis.
Okay, I never was involved in horror until I met him, so I don't know.
Well, what's great about these movies is they're more like comedies, but you would find them in the horror section, of course.
At Blockbuster.
Well, no, at Captain Video or whatever your
Sunrise Video was the one that we used to go to back.
Which
in the
one?
day.
Copy that.
Yeah, Blockbuster kind of got rid of the cool edgy stuff. I think
Blockbuster had like a real horror section. I think like the first year they were around, and then they got rid of it once they got like really popular.
Right.
Yeah. I was raised in the Berkshires, so that's like Western Massachusetts. I mean, we're very full of culture, but not that culture.
Yeah.
Right.
So I wasn't privy to those things, but I'm happy to learn them now. Thank you.
I mentioned this one. Well, Linnea Quigley's in this one, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
She's like the star of the movie, and Dukey Flyswatter plays the Jake the bartender and also a cult member at the end who really hams it up. And that's Gunnar Hansen, Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So that's like the big sell. You really find out in this movie why it's better that he doesn't talk in Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
We're not going to comment anything on that. I for all we know, Gunnar Hansen is a wonderful actor, and we look forward to one day working with him, even though he's dead.
Yes, but I will plug that my co-producer in LA is making a documentary about him called Dinner with Leatherface.
Oh, awesome!
So,
that's very cool.
We still look forward in case he's ever resurrected from the dead. We look forward to
or for his family who owns this estate.
Yes. Ask him about his Viking poetry.
I
so now wish that I could.
I will tell if Gunnar Hansen is ever resurrected and comes to us to speak.
Did they sever his head? Is it frozen like Disney? Do we know?
That's canon now.
Yes.
Great.
I do know that he did go to Dukey Flyswatter's house for dinner while filming that movie in the 3 or 4 days he was in LA. So that's exciting.
That's exciting. I love all this like inside shit.
Yeah, that's why it's like anything we talk about, I can connect it back to my project in some way.
That's the best promoters can always do that, I think.
Yes. Well, I'm getting pretty good at it, I think. You said you do like a wrestling thing, a podcast?
Yes, we have a women's wrestling podcast called Beyond
the Bell.
Yes.
Nice. What's that? Oh, there's someone. I don't watch a lot of wrestling anymore, but I definitely appreciate the art form. Who's that girl with the green hair now who's been popping up?
Shotzi Blackheart.
Shotzi Blackheart. She was on a podcast I was listening to with the bassist from Tsunami Bomb, which I'm a big fan of and friend of.
I'm glad she's doing things because she should be in the ring, but she's not.
Oh, is she only doing side stuff?
Well, no, it's just although she did show up on SmackDown this last week.
Oh, great, good.
But,
Yeah, she's been in the.
yeah.
Yeah, she's moving up in the world, I think.
Yeah, but she's hopefully they'll utilize her more. She hasn't been on television very much. They haven't been writing very many storylines for her. It's kind of sad because when she was in NXT, she was there every week for like a year.
She became my favorite wrestler
Yeah.
on every roster.
And
Yeah,
then when she
that's why
moved
I
up-
knew her from a horror podcast, and I was like, "Oh, cool, she's a wrestler." And then I followed her, and now it's like she's everywhere.
she's like around
I'd
Halloween.
love to get her on something. If you find out any connects to like get her involved with either of our podcasts.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I know Dom from Tsunami Bomb, but I don't think I would use him for that. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
I'm sure you could find.
Tsunami Bomb
Yeah.
I actually first heard in a video game.
Really? What video
Yeah,
game?
there was a game called Disgaea, and for whatever reason, they thought of putting a Tsunami Bomb song in like the opening video of it. And I remember listening to it the first time, and then like it suddenly occurred to me, like, oh, this is in English, because I thought it was a Japanese band when I first
Oh,
heard
yeah,
them.
yeah, yeah.
But
that
she
makes
has a
sense.
very like anime kind of voice going on.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, and at first I was like, "Oh, this is in English. Wait a minute," and then I had to listen to it again.
Yeah, I was really into them. I don't know if it's still true, but for a while at least, when you Google their name,
Mhm.
and you know, like when you Google a band, like a picture pops up.
Yeah.
It was a picture that I took of them.
Oh, awesome.
So I hope that's still true because
I am
I'm like,
looking
that's
up
fucking
what
cool.
song that is in Disgaea right now.
So on your podcast, do you ever need a guest
Invasion
to
from Within. Invasion from Within. That's the song.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a good old one.
Yeah. Yeah, it was,
if-
it was a PS2 game, I believe. So
yeah, that was like 20 something years or so years ago now.
probably more like 15.
What?
Maybe, yeah,
I mean, the
15.
song, that's what, like when the song came out. I
Yeah,
don't know
yeah.
when they used it, but
Yeah.
it's pretty old. Like, holy shit, old school.
Yeah. But
I know
remember
you.
that was the first time I heard them, and I was like, I remember thinking, oh, it's a very. I'm like, that's a cool song. I guess it's very anime, and then I'm like, oh wait, no, she's speaking English. That's crazy.
Yeah, they're from California.
Yeah.
What? So I know you do. Okay, women in wrestling specifically. That's even better. What can you tell me about Andy Kaufman?
Oh, that he was the intergender champion in Memphis.
Did you ever see this movie, My Breakfast with Blassie?
I have not seen that. I've heard of it so many times, but I have not. I have seen the old footage where Jerry Lawler broke his neck.
Yeah.
I've seen when he used to just like wrestle random women in the audience in like Memphis or whatever. What was interesting about that was that he had originally gone to Vincent, not Vince McMahon that we know now, Vince McMahon's father, Vincent J. McMahon. I don't know what the J stands for. Johnson, let's say.
Sure.
So he had gone for Vincent Johnson McMahon, and Vince's dad was all like, "No, that would be, disrespectful to our sport and blah blah blah." And so he went down to to Mid-South where Jerry Lawler and Jerry Jarrett were, and they were all like, "Of course, we want you to come on there and give us all this publicity."
Yeah.
So it's fascinating if you watch all the things that Andy Kaufman did at the time. He had such great heel heat, which is where you can piss off an audience.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I love, like I said, him coming down there and wrestling I don't think they were even wrestlers. They were just random women in the audience.
Yeah.
And he'd pin them and then declare himself the intergender champion.
I don't know if you could do that these
Hilarious,
days.
and I hate it.
What?
I don't think you could do that these days.
I mean, I guess you could, but you might not. You probably get a lawsuit or something if you're just
Canceled.
Yeah, canceled, lawsuit, all of it. All the bad things that.
Well, the reason I talk about that movie in particular is because if you ever watch it on any of the releases it has on VHS or DVD, or I don't think it's on Blu-ray yet, but maybe I'll check on that. There's footage from the premiere of the movie. And there's a mysterious masked wrestler who's interviewing people as they walk in, including Andy himself. And apparently, I don't know if this is true, but this is like, I guess his last public appearance before he died. I heard that
Really?
somewhere. And let me show you this clip.
All right.
Mr. Kaufman, Andy Kaufman, star of My Breakfast with Blassie, and one of the stars of the soon-coming to TV series Taxi Driver. Andy Kaufman, Andy, are there any words you wish to
Dukey Fly Swatter.
It's Dukey Fly Swatter.
I had never seen Andy Kaufman's Taxi Driver.
I love you, Mr. Kaufman. It's a classic.
Well, that was just a joke because he was on the show Taxi, but he looked like Taxi Driver.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh,
That makes
yeah,
sense.
no,
that
no,
makes
he
sense.
does.
Then.
Yeah, that wasn't a real thing. But I don't know if it's true, but that could have been the last interview he ever did, and it was with Dukey
Oh,
Fly
wow.
Swatter.
Wow, that's crazy.
So, wow.
But yeah. Andy Kaufman, he did some really hilarious things with, and I loved when Andy Kaufman would just go up and do stand-up comedy, and he would just read The Great Gatsby.
Yeah.
And like I've always been fascinated with.
I'm glad I wasn't there necessarily, but I'm glad that he did it.
Yeah, I've always been fascinated with pissing off an audience. The one regret I have as a musician is I never had an audience boo me.
Oh man, I have a great story. My band with Valerie from the first episode, when we were 17, called Putty Root, opened a sold-out show in New Jersey for Mindless Self-Indulgence.
Mm-hmm.
And we pissed them off so much that everybody in the audience started throwing stuff at us.
Oh, that's awesome.
And Val actually got a black eye from like a battery. People were throwing change, tampons, like just crazy shit. And the band after this saw the stage and they were just like, "What the fuck happened?"
Yeah,
it was
did
amazing.
When I was in Dark Eden, we did a show where the promoter just did not pay any attention to genres and just decided, let me bring all of my friends to play.
Right.
And so there was one band, they were like this like really poppy goth band from like New Jersey. They were really nice guys, but they were playing with like a death metal band, and they were playing with us, and there was a hardcore band, and the audience did not like them whatsoever. Like the audience
were probably very super serious.
Oh
about
yeah,
it too,
when
right?
they were outright booing them. Like I was trying to antagonize the audience, just seemed confused by us because we were they seemed to be like waiting for slow parts so they could mosh, because apparently I guess you can only mosh during slow parts because it's the breakdown.
Right.
But
you know about that in Boston, I'm sure.
I'm not from Boston.
I mean Massachusetts.
I don't mosh. I have a torn ACL. I can't mosh.
It's from moshing. She was
right, but isn't there like such a Massachusetts hardcore scene? Or...
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just like disassociating from that because I can't do it.
I noticed.
Yeah, we're not going to get into like a gangrene versus like Murphy's like Murphy's Law. Like
aren't they from New York?
Like
I tore my ACL headbanging in a play. So
oh no, in a play.
I was in a play.
Shakespeare?
No, it wasn't. No, it was not Shakespeare. It was a play. It was a modern day play, and my character was obsessed with Aerosmith, and I jumped and headbanged too hard.
Oh damn!
In front of my mother, who didn't notice, and I never broke character. And I went. And it was my second scene. It was my second. It was like the second biggest pain I felt in my entire life, and it was the second scene out of a 90-minute show, and I was in almost every scene. And then I had to do a second show that day. But I never broke character. So, yes, I can identify with the Boston, like, headbanging crew.
I still say you should sue
because Aerosmith's from Boston. No, Steve Tyler.
Were they?
Yeah, well, they, like, formed in Boston.
Oh, okay. I was so used to, like, my dad, like, kept trying to, like, get me to meet them when I lived in L.A., and I was
they formed, like, the original group, like, got together in Boston.
Okay.
Yeah. Love them now, but it's going to be a year of my life in a full-length brace on my left leg. So thanks,
oh,
Steve.
No. Wait, did this happen recently or that happened?
It did. It happened in April.
Oh wow. I thought this was a story from like way back.
I wish.
Yeah.
No. So I'm gonna have surgery. I thought it was going to be in September, but I'm going to push it back until like the holidays because I can't. I just have to walk around in this horrible brace until then.
Right.
I like it. It looks like a Steve Austin brace.
There you go. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm like wearing
always utilize what you have.
Brace.
Shoot a scene for something while it's there.
You need to enter rooms like drinking beer, like glass breaks.
I don't get hit on less.
You just start stuttering. You have to start stuttering.
You don't get
stunning people.
Probably more, right? Because it's like, oh, poor baby.
Oh my god, baby. Yeah, but like I have a couple of bruises from like I knocked into something the other day, and I was like, great, it adds character. It's fine. It's fine.
Chelsea, there was something on your IMDb I wanted to ask you about
Oh,
because
God.
it sounds interesting. What is Zombie with a Shotgun?
Okay, I'm really glad that he asked me about that.
Yeah, I thought it was
Oh,
gonna be
good.
another thing.
Yeah. Okay.
No, that's all I got. I don't know.
So Zombie with a Shotgun was my horror feature film debut. I play Angela, who's a witch, who's the ex-girlfriend of the lead, who's played by Braden. I forget his last name right now. But he's amazing. And so I was brought in as a replacement as Angela last minute because I knew Catherine Kuhn, who played Rachel in that film. And so Angela is the ex of the lead, who is the zombie with the shotgun. I don't think that's a spoiler because the comics are fairly successful, and the movie is also done very well. And so I was brought in.
So you would recommend it? Check it out.
Definitely check it out. Definitely check it out. It's I love Hilton Ruiz, who's the writer and the director. I love him to pieces. He really just he saw this through, and it was his first go really at this. And now it's going to be a video game, and he has.
Are you going to be in the video game?
Well, I assume that when they need my voiceover, I'll do it. But then there's been subsequent comics, newer editions of it or episodes, whatever the fuck they call it. Issues. See, I have Invader Zim comics, and that's pretty much it.
Doom.
Okay.
We were in Putty Root, the band that I was just talking about that I was in opening for MSI. We had a song called Doom that was based on that song.
Nice.
Sing a Doom song now.
Yeah, that was we sampled that at the end. Of course, totally unlicensed, so we can't do it again, but and then we would go into this hardcore breakdown Doom. It was really dumb.
I love that. I love Invader Zim. So so you can check out my character, Angela, who's a witch, who's the ex of the lead. And in the zombie apocalypse, I'm here, I have a safe place. And then turns out I'm a witch and I do bad things.
Enticing.
Tisk. Yeah, no, it's super fun. I think it's on Tubi.
The Scarlet Witch?
Not the Scarlet Witch. I mean, that's what my friend Kate was
yeah.
about.
Well, you are wearing the red and everything.
About playing Wanda. And I was I wanted to chime in on something that hasn't been done.
Yeah.
In the past couple of years, where I'm I love Elizabeth Olsen, so I can't be I want to play the Scarlet Witch.
And I'm gotta say it, I loved Sam Raimi's Evil Dead 4. I mean, Doctor Strange.
He hasn't seen it yet, so.
Oh, well, no spoilers, but it's Evil Dead 4.
Okay, cool.
Think of it that way, and you're gonna have a really great time.
Beautiful.
And there was also someone I noticed you work with a lot. Leanna Stager?
That's my ex-girlfriend.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, we won't talk about that then. I did a project with her once.
Probably not. She's not really involved in film. She's a normal.
Yeah, it was a very normal, totally not film project.
Oh, okay.
That's interesting.
Wow.
It's a small world,
Yeah.
Well, the person that directed that I don't talk to either anymore. So, I mean, not for any nefarious reasons, really, but things.
Tiana's a wonderful human being.
Yeah.
And she helped us get to where we are.
Yeah, exactly.
And will continue to do so. And so she's got us. That's what I have to say about her. Yeah.
So I want to wrap this all back to the beginning. Because I forgot.
So the Big Bang.
The Big Bang.
Energy.
No, it's Jesus
expanded.
Christ.
Oh boy, we're gonna get those comments now.
He's in the New Improved Testament.
Yes. It's all Jesus.
Oh boy. Did you know that music video that we made was based on a movie?
Wasn't it a Kenneth Anger thing, I believe?
I don't think it was Kenneth Anger, but I had to rack my brain to figure out what it was again. And I found the trailer if you want to check it out.
Yeah, play that.
Wait, I gotta go backwards. Where is it? Trailer. Oh yeah, it's called The Crimson Cult from 1968.
I remember Tippy telling me about that.
And we can talk over it, but I was just this is a crazy movie. And because that video was so crazy.
I loved that dress and that headdress.
Yeah, in the video it was a drag queen, which was great, and I guess they killed me. They think they stabbed me or
Yeah, I
something.
remember that. I remember that. Yeah, I remember Tibby showing me this.
How cool is that?
Yeah, like I think it was like the week before we shot. Tibby showed me this.
Yeah, I had to rack my brain to find this. Boris Karloff, Christopher Lee.
Boris Karloff?
Holy shit, right? Michael
What?
Goth.
Michael Goth. All right, I'm watching this.
I watched it once back then. I don't remember it very much, but there was like a party
You watched it in the
scene.
60s, got it.
Yeah,
You're a vampire.
cult movies. Is there anything else I missed that you want to talk about?
No,
promote?
no. I guess just where people, like your listeners, can find us, and that's it.
Yeah.
Where can they find you on all of your like 100 Instagram accounts?
Yeah, it's easier to just find us on CL Squared Productions, and you can find us individually if you want to.
I'm Chelsea, CHELSEA LESAGE on Instagram, and then I have chelsealesage.com.
Yeah, I'm a Charles.D.Lincoln. And then you can find our we talked about Beyond the Bell, which is our wrestling podcast. You can find that at you can find it on like Spotify or Apple Music or any of those. But,
How often do you do that?
Once a week.
Once a week.
Oh,
Once a week.
wow.
We talk about the past week of wrestling.
Oh wow, okay, so it's very cool. If you ever need a guest who's totally clueless, you know.
That was almost the original concept of the thing, and now you've become almost like you're knowledgeable about it. Like the very first beginning of it.
I care about the athletes.
Yeah, the very beginning of it was more of like
I was like, they flip around.
Yeah.
They're dancing.
You know, like the very first episode was more of like, well, let's have like a mark and a casual fan. And you know, like a smart mark and a casual fan. And now she's kind of going into the smart mark category.
I
herself
talk about
now.
moves now.
Yeah. So like if you want to really see like the evolution of someone as a wrestling fan, like you can listen from we're in episode 70 is next is
Oh wow. So you've been doing this every week for 70 weeks?
No, we take breaks. When we have too much work, we take breaks. But we
Sure.
alert our fans, our listeners.
Yeah, sometimes we have too much work, and then obviously there's been twice where it's just been like I'm so disgusted with fucking Vince McMahon that I can't cover this shit, and like that lasted for what, like 3 months or something like that.
Oh yeah, we took a big hiatus. Yeah, but 70 weeks will be this week. So listen to Beyond the Bell. You can find us on Twitter as well at Beyond Z as in
Zanzibar.
Bell, BELLE.
Yeah, but you can find us on anchor.fm/Beyond the Bell, BELLE, like Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast.
Oh
And,
no, we're getting now. Disney's got a copyright claim.
And speaking of that, you can also check out our other podcast that we haven't updated in a long time.
It's been like a year.
Yeah,
But it still stands.
Yeah, called Cinematic Autopsy, where we basically analyze film.
We dissect film at
Yes.
anchor.fm/CL
FM/CL2 Productions.
Yeah.
Are you gonna restart that anytime soon, or?
It's a part of the plan. Again, it's it's fitting in the hours of watching wrestling and like making notes about it, and then actually podcasting about it is like that's all of my free time.
Right.
So, but yes, we plan to get back to it.
Yeah, and we also, and also obviously you can get Teresa and Allison right now at
It's available.
Yeah, any place where you can get DVDs. Not I almost said Blockbuster.
Blu-ray, get it on
Just say
Blu-ray.
Blockbuster.
Yeah.
You can get it at Blockbuster.
You got Amazon, Walmart, Best Buy, or directly from Burning Bulb, you can get it. And then coming in the fall, and we will be talking about it more during the summer, will be 21st Century Demon Hunter.
Season 1 on DVD, and then the next season to follow shortly
Yeah.
after. And then we're almost done with Bishop's Cove. We will be in the festival circuit early next year. Really excited about that. It's going to be everything that people didn't know that they needed. And then Nowhere Fast. Nowhere Fast.
Yeah. I'm excited for that one. I'm a sucker for female punk band, and especially in a horror movie setting.
I feel like it's never like everything that we do has not been done before in the way that it's been done, and that's why we are just like so gung ho and excited about it.
Totally.
Yeah. But thank you so much for having us, Kevin.
Yeah, thank you. And you can find me, well, You can find the Dukey Doc at DUKEYDOC.com. Go get your stickers. You can find all the links there. And
I'm gonna go buy stickers right now.
Yeah, definitely. Please. And I'm Kevin Vonesper. You can find me if just send me a friend request or
I have
whatever,
to
or
say,
Vonesper
I've been
Studios.
calling you Vonesper since I met you. I did
That's
not
okay.
know it
It's
was
a
Vonesper.
It's a fake name, so you can
I
say it
have an
however you
ex
want.
with the last name that's the second part of your last name, so I went Vonesper as well to not pronounce it correctly.
No, I think that's correct. Vonesper. Vonesper.
Oh, okay, cool.
I mean, there's no real correct way or incorrect way.
Well, I
but
think it's beautiful nonetheless.
Thank you. It was a name that I found when I was in like 9th grade, and I still use it to this day.
That's
So,
iconic.
yeah, it just kind of stuck. And it became the name of my band, and then it became the name of my company, and then now it's just like my Ramones, you know?
Hell yeah. Beautiful.
So yeah,
Well,
I
thank
think
you.
I'll play us out with a little short music video, and then that'll be from my upcoming album. Trust me, we'll talk about that on future podcasts.
Awesome.
But yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having
And
us. Yeah.
let's all go make some hits, okay?
Let's go make the hit. So see, yeah, see.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Hits. I'm writing hits.
Hashtag homemade and DIY. Hits all day, hits all night. Hits for you, hits for me. Hits for Patreon and hits for free. This is a hit that spells it all out. Literally tell you what it's all about. You don't wanna sleep on this, cause every song's a hit.
I promise.
Okay. We're taking hits. Recording hits. Making hits. In mom's basement.
Even though I have written a new hit for our next album called The Ethics Board.